gonna turn up the gain a little bit. Okay. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you well.
All right. And can you see our beautiful faces here?
Yes, I can.
All right. Now, who do you want to be? Because I've gone on my Pokemon journey already, but this one is gonna be the both of us, I think.
Hmm. I gotta say, the ashen-skinned little British girl seems cute.
Which one is that gonna be?
I think I'll go with the left girl on the bottom.
Cool. Now, what is her name? Are you a boy or are you a girl?
Oh my goodness. What is the name? I wasn't expecting this. How about Eliza?
Eliza. Cool.
One of
And
my
that's us.
favorite names.
We good with that?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Onwards to adventure. We have our unknown fonts for the loading, which is cute. The Pokemon language.
I think that's a really cute detail.
Welcome, one and all. Welcome to the wonderful world of Pokemon. Our beloved Galar region is a wonderful place with thriving nature, beautiful cities, and many Pokemon with which we share our lives. As you know, our society is able to thrive thanks to help we get from these mysterious creatures that we call Pokemon. Yes, Pokemon are all around us, in the sea, in the sky, and even with us in our towns. And those of us who choose to raise and train Pokemon to do battle and compete, we call Pokemon trainers. And everybody goes nuts! Oh, but I'm getting carried away. Please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Rose, and it is a pleasure to be here. Now turn your gaze to the Galar region's greatest Pokemon trainer, your undefeated champion. It's time for Champion Leon's exhibition match. You're gonna like this guy.
Really? Oh no, he's got an entrance.
And he's got a Charizard. Exhibition or not, Leon, your pristine record is about to end when I beat you today. You know I don't lose battles, Raihan. Charizard Dynamax! Look at this nonsense.
Oh my goodness.
And we're off to a rollicking good start.
Already? It's like the first 30 seconds.
Oh man. I forgot how much I love this already. He indeed big. Welcome, Peach Czar.
Hey, nice to have you, Pichar. Welcome.
And there's us in our cozy little home. Hello, hello. You know, I don't know about you. How would you like to voice Hop? He's our rival character.
I would love to, but unfortunately, I think I got quite a bit of lag. I might be a little behind.
Oh, sure, sure. Let me see if we can do something about that. About how far back are you?
I just heard you say in the stream, let's see if we can do something about that.
Okay. Actually, that's pretty normal. Our delay is gonna be on about 5 to 10 seconds, give or take.
Gotcha. And should I be hearing the sound twice?
You should not be hearing the sound twice. Let me grab that. Okay. Now it should be better. How's that sound?
All right, I think we can do this.
Okay, sounds good. Oh, that your flash new phone, Eliza? Were you watching Lee's exhibition match on it? You can't cheer him on with your hands full. You know the only way to properly cheer on Lee would be with his famous Charizard pose. Do the pose, boy. Huh. Didn't expect to see you here today, dear. Isn't this the big day? Yeah, that's exactly why I came running over to get Eliza. Never mind watching the match now. I've got it recording at home anyway. I record all my brother's matches. Come with me, Eliza. Should be here any minute. And Lee always brings presents when he visits, so I wouldn't forget that bag if I were you. Oh yes, the giant bag we can't get rid of. Now I've got to run. See you at mine later.
Hey, the bag was the first thing I saw in the trailer. I'm ready for it.
I still haven't been able to get rid of the bag. And now we have assumed direct control. Right away. So, I don't know about you, but honestly, I am just in love with the fact that you can walk around and be in the same 3D space as these guys.
I'm elated that there's a Munchlax sitting there. I haven't seen a Munchlax since Pokemon Coliseum. That's how far back I go.
It's our house pet.
Grrrs.
And now he's awake. All right. What about you, Mum? What have you got to say? Also,
I love how her name is Mum.
Right? I love it. Rushing off in that state, Eliza. Didn't Hop say you should bring your bag? I last saw it in your room. And don't forget to grab a hat for the weather. Will do, Mum. Look at this! Look how adorable this thing is!
Oh man, that's how we get our hat.
Oh yeah, no, we're already pretty much set up here.
This room is really vibrant. It gives me almost Animal Crossing vibes. But I guess, same company.
Actually, it's not. Game Freak is not part of Nintendo.
Oh, they just make games for Nintendo.
Yep, they are totally their own thing. Although Nintendo owns, I think, a third of the share in the Pokemon Company. So it's the Pokemon Company, Game Freak, and Nintendo, if I'm right about that.
Got it.
But yeah, they are their own developers, which is, yeah, pretty crazy when you think about, like, the biggest game company, or, like, the biggest media franchise kind of in the world.
Yeah, honestly, that really just makes me have a whole new respect for Game Freak. I always thought they were just, like, some corner of Nintendo in Canada just working away on Pokemon games.
Nope, they are a totally independent, well, maybe not totally independent, but they are their own developer based out of Japan. What have you got to say for yourself, Hop? Have a look at you, Eliza. That old bag looks like it could pull you over. At least we know that it should hold anything Lee might bring, even if it's as big as a Snorlax. I like that coat of his.
I like how it has the wool collar, just like a sheep.
A Wooloo? But what's it doing there? No! Stop it! What are you doing? Don't do that! Hey, you silly Wooloo. I see what you're up to. Don't go using tackle on the fencing. Now you listen. No going past that fence. No. Everyone knows there are scary Pokemon living in the slumbering world. It's just gonna keep whacking.
Slumbering whale?
Oh yeah. Get ready for some very English names.
Oh, I'm excited.
This whole game is very, very English, and I'm going to tell you right away, I'm going to run out of voices real quick. Now that's taken care of. How about it, Eliza? Let's race. Bet I can make it to my house first, what with you lugging about that big old bag. Man, you told me to pick up the bag.
Hey, don't make fun of my bag, buddy.
And look at those. Yeah, we can't win the race, but look at those guys. It's just adorable. I love it.
That's so cute. They hop, they roll around.
The power of science is amazing. Now you can battle and trade Pokemon with other people just by walking around. Isn't that super amazing? So we've got the same technology dude that's in every starting village is here too.
Wow. I'm seeing quite a few similarities in the setup and the way things are done. It's so massive though. It's bigger than I've ever seen it.
Yeah, I mean this, like we said, this is your first go through of the new generation, right?
Yeah, I've seen Alpharad do one playthrough of this, but other than that, it's all new seeing it for the first time. Pretty much.
What was the last one of these that you played through?
Oh man, do Pokemon Ranger games count?
Sure, let's say so.
If they do, then Pokemon Ranger Shadows of Omnia. If they don't, then Pokemon Platinum.
Alright, see, Platinum's good. Platinum is probably... There are a lot of people who would say that Platinum is the best overall. So that's totally fair.
I thoroughly enjoyed Platinum. It's very, very good.
For sure. It's the best of the 2D games, I think. Not my favorite, but it's probably right behind my favorite. My favorite is still just Gen 2 as a whole. Now, we already know how this whole situation here is going. We've got to go meet up in town and eventually get our Pokemon from the professor.
I am personally surprised no one has challenged us to a battle yet.
We'll get there. We will.
I remember there being a lot of that. What is that Pokemon?
That is a Purloin.
It looks like a Delcatty, but it's standing on 2 legs.
They don't usually stand on 2 legs, but like that surprised me too when I first saw it. But or wait. Maybe they do. This one is the one that turns into Liepard.
Oh, okay.
This was black and white, I think? I could be wrong. It could have been the Sinnoh games, but I think it was black and white. But let's go ahead and get some character details up here. As you can see, we've got all these trophies for our resident champion, Leon.
Oh, Leon is Hop's brother.
He is his older brother.
Oh, that's a big shadow.
Right? See, and this is the difference between the two of them. You walk into Leon's room and it's all workout equipment and tons and tons and tons of hats.
There's a lot of hats.
And then you walk into Hop's room and he's just like you. He likes the Kanto Pokemon.
Aww.
And he loves his brother. Aw.
Oh, it's nice that they put that in there.
I actually did not notice that my first go around this game.
Yeah, that's a nice detail. He looks up to his brother.
More than you might think. Alright, where are you gonna take us, Hop? Let's get a move on!
Take us everywhere.
Only remember, Eliza, wild Pokemon could come out of nowhere if you walk through patches of tall grass. I've got my Wooloo with me, so I'm ready for battles against wild Pokemon, of course. But not you, Eliza, so we'll steer clear of the tall grass as we go. Well, I mean, there's not going to be much danger of that, Hop. Like, there's some over there, but that's about it. Literally walk in a straight line and we're fine. Let's go and meet Lee at the station. It's dead ahead from here. I don't know. What if I want to get myself killed by wild Pokemon? Oh, no. You won't let me. Okay. Well, let's go see.
I don't know.
what
That sounds like a good time.
I'm telling you. So, I will say this straight up. Sword and Shield has probably the best music in the series, and that's coming from me as a person who's saying, like, I love all of the music in all of these games. Hello, hello, Wedgehurst. Your champion, Leon, is back. I promise I'll keep doing my best to deliver the greatest battles for you all to watch. It's our unbeatable champion. Leon, you and Charizard are the greatest. Well, thank you for that. I hope you'll all carry on training up your own Pokemon and never shy from battle. Then come challenge me for the champion title. We're on it. We've all been working on our battle skills just like you've taught us to, Lee. Everyone is friends, Cody. Everyone. But that Charizard...
It almost seems a little suspicious.
Right? It's a little like everybody's just staring ahead with these dead eyes all happily.
Pokemon is like a utopia or something.
Exactly. Unless we yeet ourselves into that tall grass. You're right, Peach. Too true that Charizard is blazingly strong, but other Pokemon can be strong as well.
I crave the combat.
The combat will happen, for sure. We're gonna get, like, right in with this, tooth and nail.
I want to get ripped. It's my goal in every game I play. Can we get ripped in this game?
We can. In fact, we might be able to do that relatively soon if you like. My wish is for Gala's trainers to work together to become the strongest in all the world. You said it, Charizard. Lee! Oh! So, my #1 fan in all the world has come out of his way to pick me up. Look at you, Hop. I reckon you've grown exactly 1.25 inches since the last time I saw you.
Oh,
Bingo.
they're so...
Yeah, they're the best of buddy brothers. That's the sort of sharp eye that's keeping you undefeated for so long, eh, Lee? And these bright eyes over here. I've got it. You must be Eliza. Am I right? I've heard loads about you from my little brother. I'm the Galar region's greatest ever Pokemon champion, and a massive Charizard fan too. People call me the unbeatable Leon. Come on, Lee. And you, Eliza. Bet I can beat you both back home. That's not what he said. That Hop always wanted him to be the best, didn't he? With a proper rival of his own, I bet he'd push himself to be something truly special. Look at his cape. His cape is covered in sponsorships.
Oh my god.
So, yeah, and we'll get to that, but that is this guy. He might as well be like the soccer champ.
God, it's so modern.
I'll always be around to make sure everyone in Galar can have a champion time. He's gonna say
I see
that
what he
all
did
the
there.
time. Yeah. I'm glad you saw it now because he's gonna keep doing it the whole game.
Oh my god, he's booking it. He's really not going easy on his brother.
Absolutely not. Are you kidding me?
Did you see those strides?
With those anime legs? Absolutely.
My goodness.
Come on, Lee. You promised us a present, so out with it.
Now I know that battle mat out in the garage isn't just for show.
Oh no. We'll get to that. We'll get to that right away. The greatest gift from the greatest champion. It's showtime, everyone. Are you ready?
Oh my gosh, I'm ready.
Take a good look, you two. The grass-type Pokemon, Grookey. Fire-type, Skull Bunny. And the water-type, Sobble.
They look like Sailor Scouts.
I love these guys so much. These are my favorite starters in a while. Maybe since Hoenn.
Is Hoenn Totodile, Chikorita, and Cyndaquil?
No, that's Johto. Hoenn is Torchic, Mudkip, and Shriko.
Oh, Coliseum was my jam. I love Hoenn.
Alright, line up everyone. Which will you choose?
He's just giving us free weapons.
Now, which one would you like? Because I know what my choice is, and I've chosen my choice. Which one would you like?
I get to choose? I'm honored.
Yeah, this is our Pokemon journey together.
Sobble is very popular, Peach. You have quite a discerning eye. You and Xander are my Sobble people.
Sobble is my favorite, for sure.
But, unfortunately, I gotta go with the monkey.
The monkey. Going for
I
Grookey?
want Grookey. I want Grookey.
Alright, Grookey squad. We're the Groupie group.
Grookey groupies. Rise up.
The grass-type Pokemon Grookey, eh? It's soothing, like a nice long walk in the woods. Yep, we're going with Grookey. You chose Grookey.
He would have been who I chose if I had gotten the game.
What would you like to name Grookey?
Oh,
It is
no.
a male.
It's a male monkey?
It is a male monkey.
Do we have any suggestions from the chat? Let's see.
What say you, Peach Star?
Peach are getting special attention right now. We have a recommendation for Groot. Don't think we won't. Is that your final answer?
Alright, Groot
Meet
it
Groot
is.
or Grookey.
Now, I'm gonna give you one option here, alright? So
Alright.
we could go with Groot, or if you like, we could put a little English on it. Now, which of those two would you like? Because I can go with either.
Groot!
Groot!
Is
Groot,
someone
please.
getting some Groot? I am Groot! Oi, Groot!
Yeah! He's been added to our party!
Let's go. I love it. Oh my god.
Look at that friendship.
Oh, we're
Okay.
power posing on him already.
Now, you know that in all of these games, you always pick one and your rival always picks your counter, right?
Yes, so we are gonna have to kick Scrobunny's little Scrobutt.
You're not wrong, but take a look at what happens here. Then I'll go with Sobble. You're mine.
Whoa!
I'm aiming to be the next champion, so be ready. You and I will be doing some serious training. Okay, now here's the deal, right? For a while now, the Pokemon games have been easier than you and I have been used to.
Yeah.
And part of that is, yeah, your rival started choosing the one that's weak to you. But, however, it doesn't matter this time. I bet you will be, Hop. That's why I brought along these Pokemon for you and Eliza.
I like
so
Wooloo.
the two of you can battle and train me too. And grow stronger together to try to reach me. He picks the one that's stronger because he's the champion! And he's gonna raise his own! That's
he's
right!
He's gonna raise the Skrobunny.
And because
he already has a Charizard!
Because we chose Groot, he now has 2 fire types against our grass type.
We'll just have to catch some water types.
That's right. But, okay, so without a doubt, I love this so much because, yes, Wooloo is fun-shaped. But yes, so in all of the Pokemon games, especially in the early ones, you would run into the situation where you and your rival grab 2 of the Pokeballs, and then Professor Oak or Elm or whoever would, for the rest of the game, just be there with this lonely Pokeball that nobody picks. And it was always really weird.
In this one, everyone gets picked.
Everyone gets a friend. Alright, we're going in for dinner.
I'm glad I have you to take me through this because I'm already seeing just so much that I wouldn't have noticed my first time through.
I'm happy to have... Oh my god, look at that. That
Charizard having a barbecue and just makes me happy. I always thought he was taller, but knowing that I would be about as tall as a Charizard makes me just so full of joy.
So every time that... There's a specific height info on everybody in the Pokedex.
Okay, I'm sorry. Before you advance, I just have to say I love the weather vane.
Oh yeah, no, it's really cute. But like, everybody in the Pokedex has their own specific height, and some of them are really surprising. Like Haunter is it comes from, it comes before Gengar, so you would think that it's like around the same size as Gengar, right?
Yeah.
Haunter is like the size of a Vespa or a scooter. Like he's huge.
That's insane. I just imagine Kiryu smashing someone with Haunter.
Oh yeah. No, he's about that size. You spent the whole night with that new partner of yours, right, Hop? You two getting on all right? Understanding one another? Maybe even built up a bit of love. I'm not sure I like this phrasing, but of course we have. Eliza's made fast friends with her Grookie too. And listen up, new trainers. Believe in yourself and your Pokemon. If you trust in one another and carry on battling side by side long enough, then someday you might even become worthy rivals for me, the unbeatable champion. What are you looking at her for, Leaf? I'm the one who'd be coming to challenge you. If you think Eliza might be able to challenge you, then I guess she's my first rival.
Now, I like how wholesome Hop is, but I gotta ask you, are we gonna be able to put him in his place?
Oh yeah. Like I said, all of the rivals in Pokemon have been getting steadily easier, and Hop is a joke.
I have to say, one of my all-time favorite rivals was the one from Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
Oh yeah, that one's Silver. That's Giovanni's son.
That's why he was so brutal.
That's why he hated Team Rocket so much. Oh, and you think you're worthy of calling yourself such a proper trainer already, Hop? Guess I'll be the judge of that. Let's see how you handle yourself in a battle against your friend, if she's up.
Oh, it's gonna happen.
What do you say? Willing and ready to take on Hop in the first ever Pokemon battle of your life? Yes. Believe in your partner Pokemon and care for them too with all your heart. Do those two things, and I'm certain you'll learn to choose the moves that suit your Pokemon.
If we can poke him with the stick, I'm gonna be so happy.
We're gonna stab him with a sword.
Oh my god.
I guess beat him with a shield, since we're playing shield. Looks like everyone's on board. Pokemon and trainers alike.
I just noticed Leon has the shield and the sword on his chest.
Of course, he is the unbeatable champion. And check it out. Look at his snapback.
Peachon must have psychic powers because we are definitely going to straight up murder Hop.
We are going to straight up murder Hop. But like, the little jagged edge on his snapback cap, when he tilts his head up, it's a crown.
You gotta stop. I can only handle so much.
Dude, his design is so busy. Alright, Hop's a big fan. He knows exactly what to do in order to win. Except
I hope he comes at us with both Pokemon. Oh, here we go, here we go.
Already. Check out that music.
Let me turn it up a little bit.
It's like Sonic Adventure level.
Oh, we got some guitar in here.
Oh yeah. Alright, now our options are kind of limited. But we out-level it, so we're just gonna go ahead and start scratching.
Yeah, why not?
Oh, look at that puffball!
I want to use the stick on something.
We are just beating things down into the ground with these sticks the whole game long. I also want to point out that even though it's a scratch, we're using the stick to do it. So, like, the stick must be, like, jagged at the top, right?
We're just beating animals with jagged sticks.
Look!
Day one.
There you go! We're gonna poke him with a stick!
Branch poke?
I've added another trusty ally to my team.
Get yourself a little group and you poke him with a stick.
Give him the stick. Oh no, don't give him the stick! Damn.
Aw, taking us to Pound Town. Here we go.
Did you already know about type advantages? Yeah, man. I'm like 25.
I've known about stabs since I was a wee lad.
You beat my two Pokemon with your one. You and that groupie are too much. You're not enough, Hop. You're not enough!
Peach's premonition coming true. Hop has been subdued for the time being.
Well, that was a shock. Guess I now know why Lee thought he should give you a Pokemon too. Two? Man. Two? You and your Pokemon all thought hard. Made me almost want to let Charizard join in on all the fun. Oh, that would have been a mess.
Talk about a Nuzlocke run.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's an option. I mean, if you want to do that, that's an option too.
I don't know if it's possible. I'd have to see which starter it's possible with, because I know in Pokemon Emerald it was only possible with Mudkip.
Well, I mean, these games, like, if it's not possible right now, you just grind for a few levels and it's possible.
Oh, gotcha.
You've seen me battle now, Lee, so come on. You've got to let me take on the Pokemon gyms. You join the gym challenge? You think you're ready for a single group? You
with freaking Groot.
What's the matter with you? I taught you better than to think you were worthy.
His character does a 180.
Leon is... I like Leon a lot. If that's really what you want to do, you two have a whole lot you need to learn about Pokemon. Especially your friend Eliza. Before you think about getting gym badges, best to think about getting a Pokedex. A trainer's Pokedex helps them learn lots of things about all the Pokemon out there, including their strengths. But it's more than just a collection of data, you know? It's a record of a trainer's love and passion for Pokemon training.
Strength. Love. Passion.
The American way. The Japanese way. The Galarian way. Alright, looks like it's off to the Pokemon Research Lab. Are you ready to meet this game's version of the Professor?
Oh, I'm ready. I gotta say, the game feels really alive.
For sure. Oh my god! What happened? That Wooloo is a vandal. This wanton destruction of property. You don't think it actually broke through here, do you? But it's off limits. Nobody's supposed to go in there.
Oh, why don't we just go in there? Because there's no laws.
Well, as long as the gate is open, we might as well take a little sojourn in the game. Huh? We have to save it. Right? Even if we're not supposed to, this is the kind of scene where you simply have to do what's needed. Hope you're ready for anything, because we're going in, Eliza. Yeah, sure thing, huh? Just gonna run right past him. Okay. So just listen to the music in this part, because it's great.
Man, we really run. No running shoes or anything. The Slumbering Weld. Wooloo don't care. Wooloo will murder Hop for us before the end of the game. He wants to be too powerful.
That's right. The fog is really coming on thick now. If we don't find that Pokemon soon, this might be trouble. This is, like, early on, one of my favorite tracks in the entire game.
It, not to get too comparative, but it really does remind me of when I first played Dark Cloud. Some of the later levels in town musics. Really, really good stuff.
I will tell you.
What is this thing?
This is a Squavit. Or a Squovit.
Can we poke it with the branch?
Yeah, we can poke it with a branch.
We'll get stabbed and it shouldn't resist. Ooh.
It's got no chance.
Nah.
Absolutely none.
This creature serves to make us stronger, Xander.
I
Ow.
consume. I grow stronger. By a factor of 11. So yeah, a couple of things. They added this in Generation 7 with the around the time of Omega and Alpha. You can walk slowly in grass to kind of like persuade your way around random battles, or you can just sort of run right through, and running right through will run you into battles way faster. But if you want to be stealthy about it, you can.
Wow, I remember spending so much money on repels.
Oh yes. Well, I'll say
that would make a very interesting news article. Green monkey beats to death tiny squirrel with a stick.
Absolutely.
Part 3 of a developing series.
The thing that I will say about that is, as a fan of, like, a longtime fan of RPGs, especially old school JRPGs, I think one of the best things to ever happen to the genre is anytime a game gets rid of random battles, because I think they objectively suck.
As a longtime fan of the Dragon Quest series, I can tell you this is true. Once they started doing that with 8 for the 3DS, and 9, and 11, that's a feature I really enjoyed.
Yeah, and this one does it pretty similarly, and you'll see it when we get into more, like, populated areas. But, Pokemon...
Our team is too nervous to eat berries.
That's right.
That's an intimidating little outlet. I kind of love it, though.
This guy is fantastic. He's also got a type advantage on us.
Ooh. We're still going strong, though.
Yeah,
Groupie don't care.
It doesn't matter too much.
Now, do you think we do more damage if we use Scratch? Or do you think Stab cancels it out? What's the math there?
I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't know what the math is because I'm bad at math. But
I've seen some of the formulas for Pokemon, and it is just absolutely ridiculous.
Well, let's see. We are a physical attacker and a physical defender, and
Good.
we're faster than both. So, special is not gonna be our thing.
Is nature in this game?
Yes. Our nature is adamant.
Oh, we have an adamant Grookey.
And it is quick-tempered. So, okay.
That reminds me of someone I know.
As numbers go. Yeah, I guess.
I was referring to myself.
Be one moment. All right. Can you still hear me okay?
I can hear you perfectly, good sir.
All right, sorry about that. As far as numbers go, we have a physical attack at 40. And we have a special... Now we have another physical attack at 40. So, yeah, in this case, I'm going to say stab is probably still going to be good for us. I could be wrong. I don't know if the math checks out on that evenly, but I'm pretty sure.
Got it. You are the expert.
I am not the expert. I am an expert on nothing, I promise you.
You know, I may not have played one of these recently, but I have played enough Pokemon Coliseum probably to translate some knowledge.
We got another one of these squabbles.
It's another squirrel.
It's another squirrel.
I didn't know we were... Does Groot keep the stick in his hair and then pull it out?
Oh yeah.
That's so cute.
Yeah, they really did a pretty great job with giving these guys personalities.
Now, don't tell me if I'm right, and please don't tell me if I'm wrong, but I have not seen the evolutions of Grookey, and I hope we end up having just two massive collie sticks that we can just whip somebody with.
I am not going to tell you one way or another.
Good. But that's what I'm dreaming of.
I'm going to tell you right now, we don't need to use this potion, but I'm going to use it anyway, because you've got to take care of your Pokemon.
Yeah, it'll get closer to us, right?
Yeah, actually, your friendship stat will go up if you use healing items on it.
See, that's good. I'm here for the depth. I'm here for the pro strats.
It'll go
We'll
down
we
if
need
you
the
let them
potion.
faint. What's up? We gotta go save that Wooloo.
Let's do it.
After all we can hear through this music is a bunch of record scratches and some wolves. And as we all know, wolves don't mix well with sheep. Or 10-year-old children, as it turns out, but, you know.
This seems like an ominous path.
Oh, crap.
This is mad.
It's a Digimon! I love this thing so much.
What the heck is that?
Oh, who could it be?
Garfield?
Is it Garfield?
Oh, we have to battle it?
That's right, but it doesn't seem like any of our moves have any effect. That's right, Hop. I just said that. Well, what if we growled at it? Assert our dominance. Nope, no effect.
Good lord, it opened up a vacuum and pulled the sound out of existence. It's not scared of our Grookey growl.
Absolutely nothing.
I sense a Persona 4 unwinnable boss fight
Well,
happening.
now we can't see anything. And you would be right.
I feel like it's gonna take pity on us and maybe just walk away. Or maybe we should walk away.
Game over. Nuzlocke over. You whited out and ran to the nearest Pokemon Center. Good job, idiot.
You know, I gotta say, not to depart from the narrative, but why is it called a Nuzlocke run?
It's called a Nuzlocke run because basically the first person to do it grabbed had a Nuzleaf in their team, and they named it after John Locke from Lost, because they thought that its face looked like John Locke. So they named their own Pokemon Nuzlocke. And a big part of Nuzlocke challenges is like writing or drawing your own comics to kind of show your journey through the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
So that was like the first one that really like popularized it.
I've watched a couple of those. They're pretty entertaining.
Yeah, I like them a lot. What? Lee? How'd you manage to find your way here? You're pats with directions, you always get lost. Oh, that's nice to hear from the little brother who had me worried sick. I've been waiting ages for you two, and you never showed. Of course I came looking for the both of you. Wait, where's the Wooloo? We were trying to rescue that Wooloo. There it is.
Ooh, that's a really good part of the music.
I really, really like this track a whole lot.
I thought that was the wolves howling at first. Oh, Charizard got that Wooloo.
Look at the way the Charizard's eyes and like knees are just sort of painted on. It's
Put a smiley face. Put a smiley face in the chat if you like. Is it okay to talk?
Yeah, you're good to talk.
Can you still hear me?
I can still hear you. Can
Okay,
you still
good.
hear me?
Yes, but we're no longer streaming on Twitch right now, right?
It should be back up within a few seconds.
Got a quick question for you while we're doing that. So
Yeah.
I'm hearing you coming in from Discord, and then you and me again after I talk, like after 5 seconds in the stream. Is that normal?
Yeah, it's normal. Yeah, we're back on. It's
Perfect.
normal. It's part of what you're hearing is the delay on stream. There is a way to get around doing that. When Bix and I usually stream, we have like this extra layer that we go through with what's called a virtual audio cable. And
Sorry, I think I lost you. One more time.
so, when Bix and I generally do this, we have an extra tech step that we go through with what's called a virtual audio cable. And I did not set that up.
I did, however, miss your entire monologue. I'm sure it was beautiful about audio and text settings, but we might have to get into that later. I can hear you on your keyboard, but I can't hear your voice. Yep. There's a tap. There's no. Virtual audio cable. Okay, can you still hear me? Oh, I see. No worries. It'll just be fun. I want to do what I can so I can voice act characters with you and react in full time. I can hear you, good sir. Get ready for some hijinks and deep voiced adventures. We appreciate your patience in these trying times. Please, feel free to make a snack round. We'll probably have it all figured out by the time. Stay beautiful. When we were on BRB, can they hear us?
Oh my gosh, did you guys know that we all live in a Pokemon world? I want to be the greatest master of them all.
Master of them all. I can get behind that.
As soon... Wait, what? Wait! The connection's fighting me every step of the way. But it's fine. It's all good. This'll all be edited out. It'll take me an hour to do it, but it'll all be gone. Hello and welcome, everybody. All four of you out there in chat land.
It's good to see you.
rescued a Wooloo from some sort of mysterious figure, and we're learning more. For now, let's simply get out of this place. You'll be alright now that I'm here with you. Even if we did get near Phil from Lee, what an experience! This'll make a pretty fine first page in the tale of my legend. Get a load of this guy. That's right, Poke Girl in a Poke World.
Oh no.
Don't forget to tell your mum we're off to Wedgehurst now. Don't call my mom by her first name, that's weird, Hop. She'll go spare if you leave without a word, even worse than Lee just did.
Won't she go a little spare?
She's gonna go spare. And Leon is absolutely pats with directions. How'd you teleport? You see him teleport?
Oh yeah, he's deadly. I got my eye on him.
I can't stand for these anime powers just yet. Is he an Abra? Or perhaps a Kadabra? Hey,
He
Mom.
could even be a Metachan.
We're leaving on a Pokemon adventure. I hope you're okay with that. And yes, I heard the news from young Leon. I'm glad someone bothered to tell me. Off to Wedgehurst, aren't you? Here we are. Bit of pocket money for your journey. Buy yourself a little something at the Pokemon Center. Maybe some potions or something. Remember that Grookey will battle to the very end for you. Even if you poke him with a sharp stick.
Even.
Yeah!
if you
That's
poke
why
him.
he's named Hop! I love it! So don't you go pushing the poor dear too hard. Tom Tom. And you, Grookey, look after my little Eliza. Come home to rest any time that you need. After all, east or west, home is best.
Oh, that's really sweet.
Yeah. And thank you for following as well, Paper Cody.
Hey, he seems pretty cool.
He seems like a pretty handsome guy.
I'm inclined to agree.
Hop, you gotta stop doing this. It's really freaking me out, man. Here we go. This is quite the big step, you know. My first step towards becoming the next champion. Yeah, your step, Hop. Guess I'll probably train up Sobble a bit by having it battle against Pokemon in the tall grass. You should get yourself to the building with the purple roof and the great... That's...
Wait,
Yeah.
was that a hint on what we should do?
Yeah, as if the camera pulling out and focusing wasn't enough. We also had to have Hop tell us. That's the Pokemon Research Lab.
Wait, I think we need to go there.
We could. But we have to go through the tall grass because you see this blockade?
Who are these greasers?
You see this Trade Federation blockade set up by the Separatists? Yeah, we wouldn't want to wake up the sleeping Wooloo, but we better take the long way around.
Is this a tall grass tutorial?
This is a tall grass tutorial.
Why don't we just take out those tunnel snakes before they have the chance to...
Well, we can't do that, you see, because tunnel snakes are the best, and they rule.
Good point, and well made. I think we should hit it with... a scratch.
It is going to take 3 hits, unless we get a crit this time. If we get a crit, it might go down in 2. But I think it's
No.
going to go down.
I'm not gonna lie, Kion, I don't know if I could stand for 3 hits. I think we gotta get that down to 2 at some point.
I'm going to tell you what. It's not going to be necessary, because you know what we're going to do? We're going to catch it.
It's good. I like his moxie.
Get in the ball! Come on, come on, come on, come
Go
on.
ball.
Yeah! Alright, we got a Rookidee. We just got a Rookidee.
You just got a Rookidee. Holy shit.
Would you like to give Rookidee a nickname? Yes. Alright, now Rookidee is a female. I say we name this one after Peach. What say you, Peach? We just got a Rookidee, Rookidee, Rookidee.
The name has been graciously accepted and passed on.
Right.
We must take good care of this bird.
Now I'm gonna tell you right away. This little bird of ours is gonna be one of the greatest fighters that we have. The evolutions of this thing are fantastic.
That's good.
The bird is Peach's child.
I don't know why, but Peach just sounds like a warrior's name. It's powerful. Fitting of a fighter.
Inspires fear.
Now, I know enough about Pokemon to know that this flying type is going to do a lot of the legwork on this team, for a lot of the gyms. If there's a grass gym in this game, we're set.
Not only is there a grass-type gym in this game, the grass-type gym in this game is the first type gym in this game.
Oh, this is perfect.
In fact, it might be a good idea to potion up and switch it to the front of the team.
Now, one of the things I gotta say I noticed right off the bat is everyone gets experience after every battle. Is that a new feature in this one?
Oof, it's not a new feature in this one, but it is a new-ish feature as of, like, ever since X and Y.
You know what? I remember that happening during my jaunt through Let's Go Eevee. Well, for me, it was Let's Go Pikachu.
Yeah, so the shared experience is, it's got a bit of a history to it, but, oh, we got a taunt, okay.
Oh, nice dark type move.
It's got a bit of a history to it. Originally, the EXP share was just like, here's, I believe it was 20%, or you would put the EXP share on one Pokemon, and that Pokemon would get like a chunk of the experience that whoever was normally fighting would get. Eventually, they gave you the experience share that did that, but with your entire team. And
okay.
People did not like that because it made the game really easy, which it does. Makes it very, very easy. But
it's definitely less grindy that way. I could see what they were going for, but yeah. Sometimes I come to Pokemon to grind.
The problem with that is that they took it a step further because in X and Y, I believe, they made it so that all of the Pokemon got even experience instead of just like a cut of what you would normally get.
Oh god. So really, you can just fight with whoever.
Yeah, pretty much. I want
you know
to say...
what,
Go ahead.
While we're on the subject, I have a Pokemon anecdote that I think I want to tell you. So when I was younger, my first Pokemon game ever, my mom got me a Game Boy, and she got me Pokemon Red for the Game Boy. Great game. I love Kanto. I love it to death.
For sure. Yeah, Pokemon...
So, alright. I got a little distracted by the chat.
No, me too. So you love Kanto.
Yes, I love Kanto. And I went through the entire game with just a Charmander by accident. Well, went through the entire game, I mean I got to Lieutenant Surge and I started getting wiped. And I didn't know why, because I didn't understand what RPGs were.
Right.
So I had such an aversion to Pokemon, because after that I was just like, wow, Pokemon's just a really hard game. But once I started getting into Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy, you know, as I got older, I went back to Pokemon, had a great time, because I knew what leveling was.
I will say, while I understand that, I had something similar happen where, yeah, Peach, I'm not really sure why that got, why that originally got blocked, but But I had a similar experience where I, as many children did, we went through a situation where we only ever, like, say you had a Charizard, right? Or any one of the fire starters. You would just, like, ignore every single move that wasn't, like, a damage-dealing fire type.
Yes.
So you would never, like, use Taunt, for instance, or Growl. You would just use Branch Poke again and again and again. And then eventually I learned what type advantages were. But, like, for so many kids, it was just a matter of, I'm gonna keep hitting with the same cool fire move, and if it doesn't work, I'm just gonna grind and level up until oblivion, basically.
Oh, fantastic. Sounds like a great strat.
I mean, it worked. It took a long time, but it worked.
You know, I was gonna suggest we see what our Peach can do, but it looks like she's coming along pretty nicely.
What's gonna happen here is, as soon as we get, because right now their levels are gonna be even. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna get to the Pokemon Center, and from then on, I'm gonna switch us to Peach, so that Peach can get more of the experience. Oh! So that Peach can get more of the experience.
Scary critical.
I might actually switch him out.
No more potions?
We have potions, but we're so close to the Pokemon Center that it would be a waste.
Yeah, good point. Let him build some character.
Not that money is a huge deal in this game, because, man, you get so rich.
The only game I've ever struggled financially in, the only Pokemon game, is Gale of Darkness. For some reason, that game was really hard on money. You gotta get the Moo Moo Milk.
Moo Moo Milk does make a return in Sword and Shield.
I would be incredibly disappointed if it wasn't. I would get off the stream if it wasn't. I need my lemonade.
You can make so you can get as much Moo Moo Milk as you like. But lemonade was always the one that you would want to go for, because it was a higher amount of healing for like the same amount of money, or a similar amount of money.
Shout out to Peach for toughing it out. That looked like an intense battle. The most intense one so far.
Yeah, Peach is doing great. Like I said,
2 health and attack. That's good. That's good. Now, I'm assuming since Peach is a flying type, it's going to be our physical attacker, right?
Well, let's take a look at what Peach has to offer. It's not saved just yet. So for Peach, it looks like physical attacker, good defense, and good speed. What is likely going to happen is, so their physical attack is going to be roughly on par with our Grookey. In fact, our Grookey kind of almost outdoes it across the board.
Oh, it is a higher level. It looks like our Peach has pretty good special defense.
Yes. So
I know a lot of the things that damage flying types are special.
Yeah, and as we go forward with it, Peach's eventual utility will become more and more obvious. But really the thing that Peach is going to come in handy for is going to be the type advantage.
I think pecking our way through that grass gym is going to really let her shine.
Yeah, what's up, Charizard?
I wouldn't sneeze at a wing attack, though.
Can we just ignore these guys and heal up? Let's do that. What is this? What is this? What is this nonsense? Excuse me.
We can't even shot.
This
no.
loves the Pokemon Center.
Wait, that's the center? It's blocked?
Yes. It is blocked until we do the story.
I was gonna say, I have a feeling they really want us to visit that not-so-suspicious building with the purple brick roof.
What's up, Leon? Yeah, no. These games have been, Charizard just waddles into frame.
Oh my goodness.
These games have been very, very, very hand-holdy for the past couple of generations. And this one is a little bit less so, but still very much in the same vein.
Question for you. I know you aren't a competitive Pokemon guy, but did you know I used to play the heck out of Battle Revolution when it came out online?
I did not know this, but that makes a lot of sense. Because we
I
played
was
some
into
Pokemon Stadium.
Yes, I was into the competitive scene for a little while.
It's a fun time. This is actually the first, this game is the first time that I've gotten into any kind of Pokemon competitive fighting. Because this one makes it easier than any of the other games, and we'll talk about that a little bit more in depth as we get there, but this is by far the easiest out of all of them to kind of train up your guys as you really, really like them.
Peach, I like to imagine that that is the Smash Brothers reveal for Charizard, and it's just Charizard looming into the frame.
Just sort of thump, thump, thump.
What is that thing? It looks like a bread loaf.
That is a Yamper.
Wow.
Yamper is a Corgi that is an electric type Corgi.
Can we have one? We don't have to keep it, but can we have one?
We're gonna catch them all. What is it today, Leon? Looking for info on another never-before-seen super strong Pokemon? I wish you'd stop with these outlandish requests. Sup, it's Sonia! I mean, we're not supposed to know her name yet. Good to see you too, Yamper.
I feel spoiled.
Yamper is a real champ when it comes to helping you find your way around. He came to my rescue plenty of times back in the day, when I got lost on the road. So Yamper is a lot older than it looks.
Yeah, for real.
Oh yeah, and that's his trainer, Sonia. What can I say about Sonia? Well, I like the way she cooks. She makes food you can gobble down in a flash. What kind of introduction is that? Did you forget we were rivals during our gym challenge? It wasn't just Yamper helping you out. I did too. Yes, Peach makes a good point in that
We should assemble an army of their most ferocious and adorable creatures ever, so we can steal their dignity and their power at the same time.
we want them to be cute and we want them to be deadly.
Just like us.
Just like us. Listen to this Japanese dating sim music. Like, right out of the gate.
Well, I can tell you already what happened to this poor character, but I won't get into that.
Anyway, nice to meet you. Name's Sonia. I'm the professor's assistant. This is Eliza. She's a new Pokemon trainer. Set on the right path, would you? Dude, I love this music so much. It is so good. It is so good. I know I nerd out over music, but like, Pokemon music has always been great, and Sword and Shield is the best it has ever been.
Oh yeah, the staple of my workout playlist is the champion theme and the gym battle theme for this game.
I'm just gonna tell you right away, Hop is not our actual rival in this game. I would consider us to have two real rivals, and one of them in particular has maybe my favorite Pokemon theme since Red in Gen 2.
Is it the leader of Team Yell?
Yes, it's Marnie.
Ooh.
Marnie's theme is amazing. Who does he think he is? He's always got his head in the clouds. It's no wonder he gets lost all the time. Oh, looks like you've got a Rotom foe. Hey there, Rotom. Psst. Rotom bones are handy little things, aren't they? They've got a map and a navigation tool. That said, Leon still gets lost, so... Oh, sorry. So tell me, Do you know a lot about Pokemon? Not really. Don't worry. Here, I'll make it so you can use the Pokedex on your Rotom phone.
A Rotom refund?
So you probably remember Rotom from Pokemon Platinum, right?
Yes, I related a lot to that Pokemon.
So this go around, and since Sun and Moon, they decided to give your Pokedex. They decided to give your Pokedex a personality, and it talks to you, and that's Rotom. Rotom just sort of possesses your technology.
At least it's not as bad as the Pokedex that Team Rocket has in the anime. That sounds like a baby.
It was, I'm gonna say, just as a personal note, I'm gonna say right away that the Sun and Moon application for Rotom was terrible, but I like this one a lot because this one doesn't talk nearly as much.
Oh, that's good.
This was a gift from my Gran. Could you let Gran know that you've received the Pokedex? She lives in the house down along Route 2. Sorry, Route 2. Yamp Yamp. That's right, buddy. Yamp Yamp.
Can I get a Yamp Yamp in the chat?
Can we get a Yamp Yamp? These plants take a great deal of care, but they all seem to be flourishing.
Peachar, thank you for the Yamp Yamp. #1 chat slave.
Oh my god. Peach Yamp yamped so hard that Streamlabs is having a hard time moderating the chat. Good job. I support it.
Hey, dismantle the system, Peachar. Keep it up. You can Yamp Yamp until I say you can stop.
As somebody who has effectively hired that robot, break the robot. What is the Dynamax phenomenon? This phenomenon, in which Pokemon take on gigantic forms, has only been observed in the Galar region. Moreover, it only seems to occur in specific locations and under set conditions. Giant Pokemon, you say? On the gigantification of Pokemon. While the general principle holds that Pokemon grow stronger and larger by evolving, it is also true that simply making oneself appear larger is another survival strategy with merit.
Peachar, I think you have a good idea of what we go for here. Thank you.
So how do you like that? Turns out, Gigantamax Pokemon are not actually gigantic. They are just... they appear to be so.
Then how do they get all those crazy moves? Does something change in their biology?
That is a good question that we will have to talk to our resident professor about. By the way, Sonia is not the Pokemon professor. We have not met her yet.
I get Lorelei vibes from Sonia.
Kinda. She could have been Lorelei in a past life. Thanks for the potion. It's a potion. I know it's a potion. I've already used like a bunch of them. Knowledge is power. You're right.
Can I get an entire second potion tutorial in the chat, please? But no, not really.
What are potions, quote unquote?
Hey, what you gotta do, forget about the potions. Get yourself some fresh water. Then you're having a good time.
Just drink all that lemonade.
You know, in terms of, like, Pokemon obscurity, in my Emerald days, there was a very cheap item that was pretty much a full restore called Lava Cookies, I think. Those were great.
Yeah, Lava Cookies, they keep showing up in the games, too.
Good, good.
There are a lot of items like that. The Rage Candy Bars from Gen 2 are in this game. Lava Cookies. I know Lava Cookies were at least in... Hey, here's a potion. Did you know it's a potion? Do you know you can use potions on your potions for your potions? Thanks, Peach. Level with me, Eliza. Is this your first time in a Pokemon Center? No. Then I don't think you need to tell me. I mean, I don't think you need me to tell you what you already know.
Don't tell me how to use a potion.
Don't tell me what to do, Hop. Cheers. I'm already good, though. I'm heading to Route 2, Eliza. Come find me, maybe. What have you done here?
Is that ATM sentient?
Not only is it sentient, it's a Rotom.
I'm glad Rotom blew up. He deserved it.
Now, I'm going to tell you something else, too. So, I was talking about this a little bit before, but Pokemon games have gotten very tutorial-y and very hand-holdy. This is one of the first ones in which they give you an option that's just straight up, hey, do you know what we're talking about? And you can just say yes and skip like a good amount of them.
Really?
The only other game that I think actually did that and followed through with it was, yeah, Rotom does look dead inside, you're right. The only other game that did that and followed through were the black and white games, in which you literally had like, yes, I've played this game before as an option. There was one option in Gen 2 where a dude was like, hey, do you know how... Oh, it's your mom. Your mom gives you the running shoes. And she's like, hey, do you know how to use running shoes? And you're like, yes or no. And if you say yes, she's like, oh yeah, you just use this and this and this, right? And it's like, yeah, I know.
Then why'd you tell me?
Why did you give me the option?
I gotta say, one of my favorite games that gives you the option of skipping all the tutorials is the Dark Souls series.
Oh yeah. No, I love Dark Souls just in general.
Find some potions right off the bat, good. Probably gonna need a couple antidotes. I usually never stock up on burn heals, I don't know.
I like to stock up on everything just in case.
See, I'm a seller. If I have anything cluttering that I don't use, I just get rid of it.
Oh, don't you worry. There is... You know how most RPGs have, like a junk tab nowadays? Most of the rewards that you get out in the wild are just straight up junk items that you can sell. If you go... Okay, so we have our medicine tab here, which is self-explanatory. But all the way over here we have treasures. And treasures are just straight up, like, these do nothing or next to nothing, and you can sell them for a lot of money.
Oh, wow. That's cool. Kind of like nuggets and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Peach Dark Souls does not have tutorials. You are shot straight out of the womb into the mouth of a dragon onto the flaming sword of Gwyn.
Although, you do have very light tutorials. You have, like, little orange soapstone messages carved into the floor that's like, press B to block. And then, like, right after you die.
Here's an enemy. Go parry it.
Oh my god, I forgot. The music.
Is this a clothing shop?
It is.
This is literally Forever 21.
This is literally, like... This is the part of the game that was made for me.
Oh, I like those leggings.
We gotta style and profile if we're gonna do this right. Let's see.
Team Instinct all the way.
I like those trousers the most, I think. And I don't know about you, I really, really like these boots. And the socks we can't see from here, so it doesn't matter.
I like those boots. They're respectable. Oh, we can have different bags. Now I'm gonna enjoy that.
Oh yeah. You can never get a bag that isn't, like, gigantic. But you can get bags.
Let's see, are we going with the red palette?
I don't know. What's your favorite color?
You know, I like red and blue equally. My favorite primary color is yellow, but I wanna hand this over to the chat. Are we going with red or blue glasses?
This is gonna be... Are your glasses the color of Charmander or Squirtle? Reed.
Looks like Reed takes it over.
Reed it is.
Reed won by a landslide. Almost 100% of the votes.
Yep. Okay, that'll do for now. Yep, that's us. We're colored like Christmas because of our hat.
Excellent.
Go. Yeah.
It's Christmas time and the presents are beatdowns.
I actually like this a lot. Those glasses frame the anime eyes really, really nicely. They kind of pop.
Yeah. Good choice, and I like the hair and our complexion. Everything's just working.
I like this a lot. Yo, give me some stuff.
Is this a potion?
No. These are berries.
Oh, I know Oran berries are really good. They can make you last a little while longer.
If
I
you
ate lots of those in
consume-
Pokemon Ranger.
The clothes are not free. Peach, the clothes are not free. Maybe these ones are, I wasn't paying attention, but I'm gonna tell you straight up. The clothes are like such a money sink in this game. Especially in the last town.
They intentionally make the clothes the most expensive things on the planet. Kind of like Forever 21.
A little bit, yeah.
Got Pekka berries, we got cherry berries. Pekka berries are good, no one likes paralysis.
I have a feeling that one of these will probably come in handy during the grass gym.
And I gotta say, we have almost 30,000 Pokemon dollars. We could retire early if we wanted.
Yeah, money in this game is straight up no issue.
But we have a point to prove.
Listen, Eliza.
Listen, Eliza.
Go for it.
Listen, Eliza, I've been thinking. If you're a Pokemon trainer now, you must want to try your hand at the gym challenge, right?
The gym challenge?
The gym challenge, mate! The annual competition where the trainers can battle it out for the right to challenge the champion.
I hope you're ready because the hop just doesn't stop.
Well, the trick is you've got to be endorsed if you want to take part. And Lee doesn't seem to think I'm up to snuff. So I'm thinking I ought to talk to the professor and see if she could help. You've got to take part too. A proper rival is just the thing every trainer needs to keep growing stronger after all. Keeps you motivated, right? The professor's house is way down there at the end of Route 2. So let's head there and give our teams the chance to train up a bit along the way.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna tell you right now, Hop. We are not rivals, you and I. You are not on the level.
I kind of like your voice for Hop. That was fun, but maybe I'll take over for the first gym leader.
Oh, go for it. I think you're gonna like the gym leader, honestly.
Is he buff? Is he gonna be like a buff gardener guy?
Yeah, actually, that's straight up exactly what he is.
Oh my god, he's a buff gardener. I'm
All right,
excited.
Eliza. It's time we filled in our teams a bit. I'm here to teach you how. You'll need to catch Pokemon if you've got any hope of filling in that Pokedex. Lee, where do you come from? Only, look at you, Eliza. Oh, damn. Only, look at you, little Eliza. You've already caught some on your own. Your mum gave you this Pokeball, did she? I'll give you some more Pokeballs. In return, I'll only ask that you catch plenty of Pokemon. The Pokemon
Sounds good. I'll
here...
make that for me.
What's that? Oh, rival? Yeah, no, we're... Peach is right. We are not rivals. There is... So there... I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right away. There is a dude in Sun and Moon who is our rival, and he straight up shares animations with Hop. I would say I like Hop a little bit better because he's less annoying, but that's like not saying a lot because I find Hop super annoying until like the end of the game. Pokemon on your team will get experience points when you catch Pokemon too. And of course, they'll get experience points from battle, so take on the other trainers you meet along the path to help your Pokemon thrive. Your team will keep on changing and growing as you get stronger together, no doubt.
You know, I can't not like...
Can't like what?
I can't not like Leon. He's got me.
I like Leon a lot. I think a lot of the time, the champions in these games tend to be pretty likable. Except for that first one. Alright, I'm gonna go catch loads of Pokemon. The professor will be shocked when she sees. I believe in you, Hub. I don't believe in you that much, but I believe in you.
Nah. I think somehow he's gonna finagle his way through this land. Probably slightly ahead or behind us.
Which, speaking of slightly ahead of and or behind us, we need to go ahead and swap you out.
I'm glad you like the name Eliza. You know, it fits in the narrative well. Rolls off the tongue easy.
Eliza. Yeah, for sure. Oh, look at that. Look at that death glare.
Oh, man.
Not that it's going to do very much good, though.
I just realized that there are little tiny words underneath the moves that tell you whether or not one is going to be effective.
Yep, they sure did make this game. Okay, so a lot of people will complain about that in particular. I personally think that's pretty great. Like, in the past 10 minutes, we've seen the change of telling people what moves are effective. We've seen catching Pokemon to gain experience instead of just straight up having to fight them. And we've also talked about the whole, like, no random battle thing. I think all of these are fantastic additions that really should have been there. Oh, forget what I was saying! We need to get this guy!
Is that a... Oh my god, it's Zigzagoon!
They gave Zigzagoon a Galarian version, and he's just a punk rocker. I'm gonna scratch him. I don't want to knock him out.
Yeah.
2 should do it. Yeah, look at that. That crit did nothing.
Can I get a no crit in the chat? I want to catch this thing.
Oh, we got it.
Good, good. That's right, look at us. Look at your demise.
Look into my eyes when I capture you. Come on. Yeah.
We got him, boys.
We got him, boys. We just got a Zigzagoon.
We just got a Zigzagoon. Holy fucking shit.
Alright.
Hone Claws, that's gonna be a good one.
Thought to be the oldest form of Zigzagoon, it moves in zigzags and wreaks havoc upon its surroundings. Yeah. Ooh,
Now let's talk about that move we just got. Hone Claws is pretty much like Howl, right? It just raises your attack.
Yes. Yep, that's
Now,
pretty much it.
I'm sure you have a heck of a nickname chambered for this one.
So we've got a female punk rocker. Although, knowing where, yeah? Okay, no, we got a suggestion from chat. So I'm gonna go ahead and take it that way.
Wait. What if we named it Shirley Manson? No, that's too long, probably. And also, that's an obscure reference.
I don't know. That's not too obscure. What if we call it?
Ziggy Punk. Ziggy Love. Ziggy Punk Love. Zunk.
What's that?
Zunk.
I like Zunk.
Do we like Zunk? Does the
How-
chat like Zunk?
How do you like that? How do we like Zunk?
Now, careful not to type it in all caps, or you'll get moderated.
Zoom. One of the frustrating things about the all caps thing, Zunk has been added to your party. Yeah, let's get Zunky. One of the frustrating things about the all caps thing is that, so I went ahead and did like a bunch of transferring Pokemon between generations, right? And up to a certain point, like for the first 2 games, the Pokemon would just appear in those games as the Pokemon would just appear in those games as having like fully all caps names, right? That's just how the game engine would do it. So you had to specifically name your Pokemon with like proper capitalization as a nickname if you wanted it to, because otherwise, if you tried to send them to newer games, then it would just be like, it would just be weird because only your Pokemon's name would be in all caps. They eventually fixed that, but for a good long while there, that's not the case.
I see.
Which is why all of my crystal type, or my crystal buddies, all have like all caps names that look really weird when I send them out.
Man, I bet if we played the Pokemon School quiz game in the Pokemon Stadium minigames, you would just destroy me. You are a wealth of knowledge, my friend.
I don't know about that. I'm pretty bad at school and learning.
So in school, you have a fantasy world full of pocket monsters.
You gotta think of me more as like a point instrument, right? You point me at a direction and you say, do this thing, and it usually gets done. But if you tell me like, hey, show up to class on time, I'm probably not gonna show up to class, period.
Ever.
That's just a failure of me as a human being. But what are we gonna do? Yeah, Peach is doing pretty good here.
Peach carrying the chat and the team right now.
Straight up.
Call me McDonald's, because I'm loving it.
I want to say... Yeah, no, exactly. I'm like a Pokemon. You tell me what to do, and I usually get it done. Sometimes...
And you play enough of the thing, and it happens.
I'll punch the thing so hard that, like, I'll accidentally cause myself to be confused. Let's see, 10 hit points. Let's give you 2 of these. And keep 2 in reserve. And then give you a potion. There we go.
Good stuff. We don't need to go back to no stinking Pokemon Center.
Wait a second. Either
So-
I'm having a stroke, or I just saw something in the bottom corner of my eye that we need to capture. First, we're gonna have to
I am
take
excited to see what it is. So, is there any incentive for catching multiple of a Pokemon? I know there was candy in Let's Go, but is there anything that helps you like that in this game?
Yes. So in Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu, if you caught like chains of the same Pokemon, you would start catching like stronger versions of those Pokemon as well as like rarer Pokemon in general. And that same thing applies here.
I got you.
We don't have one of you. It's a Nickit.
Oh my goodness. It's a fox.
It is not only a fox, but it is a thief of a fox.
Looks like we're in a sticky naked.
I'm gonna tell you right away that when it comes to these guys, I totally forgot what I was gonna say, but I think they're very cute.
Was it something about Peach cleaning them up?
No, I think I was gonna talk about how I'm conflicted on the pun, because I appreciate the pun, but I also kind of wish that it wasn't there. Oh, no, that's not what I was gonna say at all. I was gonna say, Nickit is way cuter right now than its eventual evolutions, which I don't like very much.
Oh, that's what happens. We grow up and we get ugly.
That's right. Cunning and cautious, this Pokemon survives by stealing food from others. It erases its tracks with swipes of its tail as it makes off with its plunder.
Oh, so it's a raccoon.
Yeah, kinda.
So is this a teammate or we just catch it to have it?
No, we just caught it to have it.
Good. I don't like to fill up my roster too early. I usually leave the first 2 gyms with about 4 Pokemon and then get my other staple ones later.
There's your Purloin.
Did I tell you? During my run of Let's Go Pikachu, I feel bad because I know you're supposed to love Pikachu, but I caught a Weepin' Bell really early, and that was just my favorite Pokemon.
That is totally acceptable. The thing that I would say about that is... Oh, that's weird. The thing that I would say about that is what a lot of people do when it comes to these games is, like the last time I went through Alpha Sapphire, I basically grabbed what do you call
Keen
it?
Eye coming in handy there.
What do you call those things? Skitty. I grabbed the Skitty from the wild, and as soon as I did, I released my starter Pokemon so that it would be a little bit tougher of a run.
Wow.
Because a lot of people, like the starter Pokemon are pretty overpowered in general.
I really felt that with Pikachu and Eevee in Let's Go.
Eevee especially. Because
Who's
Eevee...
this cool kid?
This cool
I like the
kid
sweater.
is gonna be,
Is this a
very
mini
sad.
bot?
What's that?
This is our first trainer battle.
That's right. Especially if you don't count Hop, which I don't.
He's cruising for a bruising. Who's Hop?
It's common manners for Pokemon trainers to battle when their eyes meet.
That is the most British introduction I've ever heard.
This is youngster Jake, alright?
Oh my goodness. Youngster Joey's British cousin.
Look at the threading on his sweater. Like, they didn't have to do that, but that's cool.
They really did though. And I'm trying to make out what Pokemon that is. Is that a Nickit?
No, that is,
Well,
I want to say that's the evolution of Squavit. The one right above it, whose name I forget at the moment.
let's teach this kid some manners.
Now, what does this one do again?
So our Peach, are we a dark and flying type, or do we get dark later?
I believe that we actually get a very different typing. I believe we become Steel.
Wow. Skarmory. Haven't had one of those in a while.
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure we become Steel. That's right, fight at first sight. Fight at first sight!
That's the motto. Unfortunately, you have stumbled into our kill everything run. We will be battling everyone possible.
What are you gonna do now that your squirrel is dead?
Peach peg out his eyes.
Whenever there's a strong trainer, I always look right at them.
Look, Look with your special eyes.
Where in
Learn
my
from
contract does it say you get to look at me? Now, I'm actually really looking forward to about a route or two ahead of us where we have a very special Pokemon that's rare to catch in the wild relatively, but we're gonna catch it for sure. I'm not gonna tell you what it is yet, but you're gonna like it.
Youngster Jake isn't allowed to look at anyone unless we authorize it. We own his eyeball. We took out a lease.
That's right. I've run a copyright claim over your ability to see.
Where in his contract does it say he could look at us?
Never again. 2 potions. Pokemon can gain experience points by battling other Pokemon. Experience points help them grow stronger. And if your Pokemon will still get experience points, even if you catch a Pokemon you're battling against. I like that a lot. I like that you don't have to just fight them.
Yeah.
Because it was always weird. It was always really weird that, like, in this game where you're, like, ostensibly supposed to be making friends with all of these Pokemon, that you would just run around and beat the crap out of a bunch of wild animals.
Yeah, right. Hey, that looks like something we haven't seen before.
It's Last Lauren. And it's a Choodle.
Oh, that's what I saw over there.
Oh yeah. You will see a lot of these guys too.
I like him. I like the cut of his jib. But what I don't like is that he belongs to her.
You're about to like the cut of his face once we scratch it up. Nope, sorry buddy, you're at a type disadvantage.
Peachstar, thank you for wrecking the chat again. I really appreciate that. Inside chaos. Keep the revolution going. And don't let anyone stop.
Some Pokemon trainers only want to watch the world burn. Are we cute and nothing more? Looks like our strength still has a ways to go. Girl, I ask myself the same thing every day. Look at them trottle towards us.
Pick him down.
Did you want one of these?
We gotta catch at least one.
Come on, Choodle.
If we don't use it, we can at least keep it in our collection.
Yeah, I say for sure, like, one really good thing about this game is, in particular, in almost all of the other Pokemon games, you would have, like, the issue of, like, oh, there goes Peach. You would have the issue of liking, like, 6 Pokemon maximum, and probably less than that.
Yeah.
In this game, Pokemon are so easy to level up all the way that you're kind of encouraged to have, like, a bunch of them that you, like, cycle in and out of battles regularly.
Oh, yeah. You get to use more of them in one run.
For sure. And a lot of that...
I just want to point out how ominous that message was after Peach fainted, where it gave us the option to switch Pokemon or run.
Listen, you don't know what you're messing with.
I would run from Choodle.
Choodle's data will be added to the Pokedex. It starts off battles by attacking with its rock-hard horn, but as soon as the opponent flinches, this Pokemon bites down and never lets go. Well, because of that name, I'm gonna give it a Cowboy Bebop here.
Reminds me of the time a turtle chased me and I had to get on top of a car.
Did that happen?
Not my proudest moment.
I mean, that's fine. You don't want to mess with turtles.
It was a really aggressive turtle.
Turtles can be super aggressive. I'm not even gonna lie about that.
In his defense, it was upset. I accidentally caught him fishing, and when I got the hook out of his mouth, he wasn't too pleased with me.
It's understandable. I wouldn't be very happy about that either. I don't know why I gave that to Jet. We're not gonna be using him. I
Nice
can
rep,
beat
by the
Hop,
way.
but I'm gonna beat you. Are we gonna have to beat the... We're gonna have to beat this kid. Is Eliza going to have to commit some sort of hate crime against this child?
There will be many hate crimes in the reign of Eliza.
Eliza is on the warpath.
You know why our bag is so big? Because we keep the tears of the fallen in it.
The bones of the Pokemon that have been slayed. No, I'm gonna retcon that immediately. The bones of the Pokemon trainers that we have defeated lie in this bag. Because we are
We
friends.
love Pokemon.
We're friends to all Pokemon. Their trainers, though, can get right out of here. Luckily, we have our stick. What's that you say?
Can I get a stick in the chat?
That's right. Stick it up.
Stick
Chaz
hope.
it up. Chaz it up.
Peach, you don't listen to the chat. Keep sticking it to the chat. Pun intended.
I really love the way that... Okay, so my favorite thing about Pokemon Let's Go was, like, the live Pokemon running around with you. This one doesn't do it quite as well, but I really, really love that they still do that.
Can we walk around with our Pokemon?
We can. We can't do it until we get to the DLC.
Oh, I got you.
But if you'd like to stick around for a little while, I can show you what that looks like too.
I bet Salvo's evolution looks really funny standing next to you.
Which, oh, yeah. You know, it's funny. Sabo, I haven't really used that much in my latest playthrough. I beat the game with him, and then I kind of let him go into retirement. So, have you unraveled all the secrets of Dynamax phenomenon yet? Oh, goodness, no. The whole thing is still full of questions. I'd hoped that my granddaughter would take over my research, but...
Oh, this is our professor.
Dear me, I'm sorry. I didn't even notice my guests. That cane is a sword. My name is Magnolia. Welcome, young trainers. Now come, let's head indoors. Yeah, for what it's worth, Peach tried to write stick in chat with 2 C's, and I had to, like, manually go in and allow it to get past the censor. I appreciate that. And yes, Magnolia is our secret rival. I hope, dear, I see Wooloo has made some new friends. And you must be Eliza. I trust you received the Pokedex from Sonia. I'm sure you'll have it complete in no time. You must already know about Dynamaxing, right, Eliza? Professor
Oh yeah, I
Magnolia.
Dynamax all the time.
Yeah, I saw it in the trailers before the game came out. Now we need to understand it if we want to use it. There you go again, Leon. Always talking about Pokemon. What else is there to talk about, Magnolia?
We all live in a Pokemon world.
I want to be the greatest master of them all. Yeah, Magnolia here would rather talk about different types of tea.
Who in the world would talk about tea when they live in a Pokemon world? I don't even talk about tea in real life.
I happen to know for a fact that there are tea-based Pokemon in this world. So don't give that to me, Magnolia. I understand the way this world works. And I didn't have to live till 90 to get it.
I can tell you right now, 100% of our chat audience wants us to catch the Teapot Pokemon.
That's right. We only started as Pokemon trainers, but there's still a lot we don't know yet. Dearie, I thought your dream was to have everyone in the Galar region become strong trainers. Isn't that right? Well, yeah, you're not wrong.
That's really altruistic.
That goal is precisely the reason I gave them both Pokemon, in fact. Hop, what are you doing? Hop, stop. Stop it.
Hop's ready to go.
Hop,
He's got to do stuff.
We're in public company. Why are you doing this? Leon's gonna make sure that our training goes well and that we're both strong. Right. I'll be waiting outside, Eliza. Alright, I say we ditch Hop. Get out through the window. I can't.
Oh wow, she healed us. Now when can we fight her?
I actually don't think you can.
Huh.
We're too stupid to read these books.
You're just a 10-year-old.
Scientific journals and fashion magazines. Oh, right. So look whose room we're in now. What's that on the wall there?
So Peach, you would be interested to know the tea Pokemon, I believe, is actually a teapot. It's a possessed teapot.
Yes. If you like Beauty and the Beast, and I know you do, because who doesn't, then you will like this Pokemon.
So just imagine a little cracked teapot with a little ectoplasmic goo inside of it, making it move around and do stuff.
Payback.
I hear they're actually pretty rare. Is that true?
Yeah. Actually, I think I only have one.
If you stay tuned, Peach, we will be getting one. I love my ghost types.
Alright, Hop. We're gonna school you a second time here.
You fancy a little Pokemon battle, you cheeky cunt?
Oh no. We need this endorsement, alright? We're gonna have to beat Hop into the ground. Again.
Pokemon has gotten so corporate.
I'm rather interested in seeing how you two young trainers battle you. Listen, you two. The reason I'm unbeatable is because I learn from every battle I see, or take part in. That's how I've gotten to be where I am today. So show me something good in this battle. No. We're gonna suck.
We're gonna show him a sweep.
Are you ready for the same battle 10 minutes later?
Magnolia wants blood, and we will give her the freshest blood we can offer her for that endorsement.
Have you gotten a bit stronger? Me and my team will put you to the test and see. Yeah, we're pretty good.
Magnolia did tell us that, Hop did tell us we need to do whatever is necessary for this endorsement.
Hop is gonna be real surprised when it turns out that we know about our type advantages.
And our potions.
Zunk's getting some levels too.
Oh, let's see. I'm losing the feed here, but I'm sure the battle is going fantastic.
Oh yeah, it's going fine. I'm on out group.
Oh, I'm back in the game. Looks like we got Groot on the field.
Sobble. We're gonna poke it with this branch.
I have a feeling we're gonna stick it to him.
Consider yourself stuck. Well,
Sobble
look at you. Looks like you've really learned your
Thanksgiving
tight
dinner.
matchups.
I think at this point, Xander, we have learned our tight matchups.
I'm glad that you think so, because he's gonna keep saying it. He's gonna say it the whole damn game.
I do like Razor Leaf.
Razor Leaf's a good one. Good crits.
It's got good crits. It is special, though.
That's okay. We don't need Growl with us.
The only stat we need to worry about reducing is our enemy's HP to absolute 0.
That is correct. Alright, come on, Peach. It's time to go mano a mano with your rival. It's gonna be a close one.
The poor kid thinks this is a close one.
It's a good thing we're more than twice its level.
I just imagine Peach having abs.
Peach has abs.
Can I get some abs in the chat for Peach?
Everybody has abs. Don't let anybody tell you you don't have abs. I won't stand for that kind of negativity in my dojo. Abs. Correct. Yeah, suck it up! Oof. Gutted that I lost. But I'd expect nothing less from my rival. Yeah, give us your lunch money. And I even got my Pokemon Ball throw perfect too. The sting of defeat and the joy of victory. I guess going through both is the key to the two of us getting stronger, right? I mean, speak for yourself. All we do is win. Eliza! Oh, well, after seeing a match like that one, I suppose I've got little choice but to give you both an endorsement as champion. Hey, here we are. We're sponsored. We're already sponsored.
Dang, kid. Stuff like that'll get you sponsored.
So I really like in this game that the Pokemon League is treated as like this national sporting event that you have to be invited into. It really lends this whole sense of like the entirety of Galar is watching. It's basically the Pokemon Super Bowl.
Yeah, I actually really like that about this game. It makes for some pretty hype moments.
Yeah, Charizard was really interested in that battle between a level 5 Rookidee and an 11 of the exact same... Yeah. Alright, I believe you, Leon, I believe you. We'd like to see some more thrilling Pokemon battles, Eliza. Alright, Eliza. You and me are going to train up against one another to aim for that champion's title. Against one another? That's the way of it when you've got that great of a rival. Just like you've got me, and I've got you. Huh? What's that? I really expected that to, like, explode violently into the ground.
Me too, I'm so used to Team Rocket just ruining everyone's day.
I love Team Rocket so much. Eliza, would you look at this? They're wishing stars. Since there are 2 of them, you should take one yourself. Thanks.
Wow, what a guy.
He's a good guy. I like him as a person. He's just... He's a little much. With one of these, my Pokemon can Dynamax. They're gonna be massive! Yes! Trust you to pull something like this. They say wishing stars fall down for those who have a true wish in their heart, you know? I will be the greatest trainer ever. I will be the greatest trainer ever. I will be the greatest trainer ever! There, I've said it 3 times, so surely my wish will come true now, right?
Oh, the poor, poor fool.
Don't be silly, Hop. You're a failure. Those wishing stars are composed of a curious sort of rock containing unknown power. They are one of the most precious resources we have here in the Galar region. But they won't do a thing for you in that state. Give them to me now, and I'll have you sorted. All right. You've done heaps of research on the Dynamax phenomenon, haven't you, Professor? Then please, give Eliza and me the power to Dynamax our Pokemon. First we've got to battle against that mad Pokemon in the Slumbering Well, and now this. Really feels like we're getting caught up in the middle of an adventure of a lifetime.
Hint, hint, hint.
I do understand your excitement, young man, but don't get carried away. You want to save your energy for tomorrow's journey. And I'm Leo. Hey Sonia, what's up? Hey you lot, why not have some dinner? You must be hungry, right? I'm totally obsessed with making the latest trendy curries. Yeah, let's have some curry. Oh, get that Pokemon jingle right in my ear. These headphones hurt a little bit sometimes, but that's okay. It's morning at last, and time for our adventure to truly start. Good morning to you, young challengers. Hop, is it true you really met some Pokemon you didn't recognize? Is there anything more you can tell me about it? Well, there was this weird heavy fog, and this even weirder Pokemon appeared. Eliza tried to fight it off, but then I think we both passed out or something. It's all pretty hazy. Right fount of information you are. Eliza, Hop, these are for you. They're guns.
It's a Glock.
Paper Cody cheered 100. This is so fun. Can't wait to explore this wonderful world. And we got a Dynamax band from the Professor Magnolia. She slipped it on our wrist. So yeah, you remember like Mega Evolutions and how you needed a weird stone in order to do it?
Yeah.
It's literally the same thing. It's just straight up the exact same thing.
So now we just get big.
Now we just get big. My word, you don't waste any time, do you? I think you'll find it's not so simple as all that. There are a number of conditions you must meet if you hope to have your Pokemon Dynamax and take on a gigantic form. Now, don't be afraid to go to all sorts of places and meet all sorts of Pokemon. That will help you fill out your Pokedex, too. The legend of my reign is finally about to begin. The legend of my reign. I like this kid. He's a little much, but I like him. Come on, Eliza.
He's got big dreams.
He's
Real
gonna
big
beat us to the station. And you know, that's what it takes to be, to live in this Pokemon world. If you want to be the greatest master of them all, you've got to have big dreams. One last thing before we race, Eliza. See, I've got some great advice for you. You know how
Make sure to know your type.
Be sure to know your type advantages. If you move real slow and crouch down, this Pokemon won't pay you any notice. Hop is telling us to press the left stick.
That's a good idea. We should try it.
Now Hop does make a good point, in that you can whistle. Check it. But they're already too scared of us to join in. But they will join us. They'll look at him trot along. What a cute Pokemon.
I like that. You can kind of taunt them.
Me too. How... Now, let me put it this way. How would you like to take a look at some of the more, like, endgame battles before we cap off the stream for today?
That sounds like a great way to end things with a little combat.
Right. Because we've been going for about 2 hours, almost. And I figure go ahead and save our guys and then swap into our other profile and take a look at the battle tower.
Because, you know, especially for streaming, for an audience, you know, it keeps it moving. Because some people want to watch you grind, some people don't.
I find that people often want to watch us grind, but usually they have to pay a little extra.
Good, good.
So yeah, we've gone ahead and switched profiles here. This is our, well, this is my main account. And so this is the DLC area. We're gonna not jump in here too much. But as you can see, you have Pokemon follow you around here, like we were talking about before.
Rain.
Oh yeah, no, this is a very pretty game when it wants to be. It often does not want to be, but that's okay. So, what we're gonna do...
That outfit is very Kion.
Well, thank you. We are going to, yeah, basically just do a couple of battles here because I just find the fighting in this game to be kind of great no matter where you can get it. And I guess we should run down our team here real quick. So this is...
And you got some good ones.
So yeah, this is Sagacious Zoo. He is a Cub Fu, which is new to the... Thank you. Peach loves the punk outfit. He's new to the DLC. The DLC kind of centers around him and just fighting and making him stronger and tougher and buffer. And he's a good guy.
Tougher and buffer, huh?
Absolutely. We've got a Scyther, who is currently named Scyther, because I haven't given him a nickname yet, but, I mean, we all love Scyther.
Blade Runner.
Blade Runner, yeah. Call him Deckard. Actually, it's a female, so maybe Pris. Pris would be a good name. Write that down, Alfred.
Chris?
Yes. So Chris...
Chris is also a type of knife.
Chris is our Jolteon, which I mentioned before is our favorite evolution and my favorite Pokemon. Chris is named as such because we evolved it on Christmas. But
oh, wow.
This one is our, like, kind of game breaker, because what we've done here is sort of jacked up its stats as far as it'll go. Its speed is, like, stupid ridiculous. And it also has this Electro Ball move, which basically is, like, as faster you are as compared to your opponent, it does more and more damage.
Oh my god.
And if we ever just want to get off a quick stab, we've got a Volt Switch, which will just basically eject us from the fight. So Chris is
That
my favorite
is-
Pokemon.
It's like those videos you see where those people, like, they go online in a battle and sweep someone's team with one Pokemon. I could see you using that.
I mean, that's what our Jolteon is for sure. I usually send it in alongside Gyarados, who is named Malfoy, because the two of them together just sweep almost everything. And we have Go-Go, named after Go-Go Tamago from Big Hero 6, because I just happen to like Go-Go Tamago a lot. And there's not much to say other than, like, Tyranitar is big and causes sandstorms. The other thing I would say is that Go-Go is on our team primarily because it was, like, one of the version exclusives for Shield as opposed to Sword, which is one of the main reasons I ended up getting Shield instead.
Oh, I gotcha.
And Oz, our werewolf with those bloodshot eyes of his, is our reference to our werewolf character in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, also named Oz.
Beautiful.
And
Now, I like this next one.
Absolutely. Amiyumi, named after Hi Puffy Amiyumi, who nobody remembers anymore, is a pretty good fairy flying tank who, like, ground attacks won't hit it because it's constantly floating, and it's just really good at taking hits.
And it's got that boosted crit. That's pretty good.
Now, as far as our Pokemon lineup goes, I'm going to swap in a couple of different guys for these. So I mentioned this on our last stream, so I'll just go over it quickly. Brando is our level 100 shiny Zeraora, which was given as a event Pokemon like this past month. They basically had a thing where in raids a Zeraora would show up, and if a million trainers all came together to fight it and defeat it a million times, then everybody would get an opportunity to get one of these. So we did.
That is wonderful. I like the community there. That's a story.
And this is Sato. This is my buddy taken in from Pokemon Crystal version, who I caught over at your house, if you remember, at Christmas.
I do. And how many trade avenues did you have to go through to get that on your Switch?
Not very many. More than I should have, but not actually very many. As soon as they got... I brought this one up to Pokemon Moon, and from Moon I was able to move it back into Pokemon Bank and then Home, and then from Home I got it here.
Nice.
Which is the same thing as Malfoy. Malfoy is a red Gyarados because we caught him in Silver version, and they just give it to you.
Now, how do we get these Pokemon into Pokemon Cafe?
Sheer force of will.
Good. I have plenty of that.
And we have Madame Foster, our illustrious fire type, who more or less speaks for herself. Oh, and the little pre-order bonus is our Meowth, who is named Wilt because he goes very, very big when he Dynamaxes.
I love elongated Meow.
Is there anything else that I wanted to show off in here? We have a couple of Mewtwo's, which is hilarious to me, but not too important.
Hey, long boy.
Yep, I think we're pretty much ready to fight.
Yeah, let's tenderize something.
Let's do it. Now we are going to
Get 'em,
go
boy.
in with some double battles.
I love the visceral bullwhip when you hit that pose.
That pose is so stupid, but I love it. Now, as I
Just
said,
that-
we're going to send in Chris and Malfoy together because they have really good synergy. And then I'm thinking Madame Foster and Sato afterwards.
Good call. Wise glasses on the Joseon. Jolteon.
So Jolteon, yeah, I just kind of wanted to make sure that Jolteon was always going to be in a position where it would hit something and hit it as fast as possible.
Oh, I love this one.
This one is really good.
So let me tell you, my Pokemon have been perfectly seasoned to kick your ass.
Oh, this is gonna be good. Look at these two stare each other down.
It was forbidden love.
Now, as far as these go, I'm just gonna Dynamax right off the bat because there's no reason
Can you just
not
do
to.
that?
Oh yeah, in the... So, this is something that we'll go over a little bit later, but Dynamaxing in this game is basically... You can do it once per battle with one Pokemon of your choosing, and it lasts for 3 turns. But you can do it at any point as long as you have like that little meter on the bottom of the screen that pops up and says you can do it.
Nice. Now we got a big boy.
Dude, that thing yelled so loud it popped my ears. Solrock protected itself, but that's okay. Because Gyarados didn't. Boom! That's how you sweep it! Super effective. Get out of here. Don't come back.
I'm so shocked that that didn't hit our Gyarados.
It's electrifying. I got chills, and they're multiplying. Now we got Leafeon. Well, the Max Quake will hit. So Quake wouldn't usually hit because of the floating nonsense going on, but this time, it sure will.
Hurricane will take out that Leafeon.
I was wrong!
Uh-oh.
The entire turn was wasted! And it got a critical hit. Oh, what an upset! We're gonna go... No, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna take a double strike on this lightning. And we're gonna try this one more time. Son of a... That is exactly right. Peach points out that Jolteon can just step on the other Pokemon.
Unfortunately, Jolteon doesn't know the TM for step.
Luckily, Gyarados was able to sweep. So, one of the other things about Dynamax, as you saw, Solrock put up a Protect, which normally should have, like, completely negated all damage, but it sure didn't.
So you're telling me Dynamax can go through... What is that thing?
That is a Darmanitan.
I love him.
I want to say originally Gen 7? Gen 7.
Is it a monkey, abominable snowman, gorilla snowman?
Yeah, basically.
I like that.
Toss in a couple of other things in there.
He looks friendly.
Chris is out.
You served us well, Chris.
Luckily, Gyarados is just carrying it here. And we get that Moxie. So yeah, Gyarados' other thing is that in addition to being a sweeper, if it sweeps over anything and successfully knocks out a Pokemon, its attack stat goes up. So it just gets better at it.
That's kind of broken. That's good.
And on top of that, our Madam... Oh, damn. Our Madam Foster here using the Fire Blast, which is normally not an altogether too accurate move, but we have an item on it that makes it so that it is.
That's good. Oh, I don't actually season my Pokemon, you know?
I should hope not. Let's keep battling. Who's this jabroni? Mind the gap. Yo, his name is Frost. Oh, well, this is gonna go badly for you, buddy.
Those were not the Pokemon I expected from a man named Frost.
No, me neither. So we go for an Electro Ball.
And he's gonna go down like a chump peach.
We're gonna Dynamax, and we're gonna do a Max Geyser first on this Cinderace. Get him out of here. As the techno blares in the background.
Now, one thing I love is when you're on your last Pokemon, or someone's down to their last Pokemon, the whole crowd just goes ballistic.
Yeah, I like that the music shifts in time.
Imagine the person who lives next to the gym, and they're trying to sleep, and there's a gym battle going on, and you just hear the club music.
Yeah, I like that one. I like that one a lot. I'll tell you something else. You mentioned before, yeah, full-on club music for sure. You mentioned before that you really liked playing like Battle Revolution and Pokemon Stadium, right?
Oh yeah.
That's essentially what this has turned into at this point.
Yeah, because I just saw Rain Dance, and all I could think of is how those water moves are going to hit even harder.
Oop, not strong enough. And Chris knows dig for no reason. What are you gonna do now? I'll tell you what you're gonna do now. You're gonna do nothing. Because you, sir, are out of here. Now, Chris is taking a bit of a wall effect. So we might have to get them out of here soon, too. Ooh, actually Malfoy, too. But we still have that type advantage.
A Durant. Now, I actually have a soft spot for Durant. I just think he's neat.
Durant is neat. No! Malfoy!
Freaking metal ant.
You foul, loathsome little cockroach! No!
Wow, that was brutal. Malfoy just went down in a nuclear explosion.
And check this out. When you're in your menu, the club music is like pulsing through the wall.
Okay, they didn't have to do that. Now, Peach, I gotta tell you. Peach, I gotta tell you, you're right, but don't underestimate the Durant.
I say we go for, this is a good one. I'm gonna go for the Fire Spin on this one because it's gonna be super effective. It's guaranteed to hit. And what? What is no? Chris! Well, it's a good thing that Colossal got out of here because that was actually the one I was still kind of worried about.
Chris has certainly bought the farm at this point.
And with that, we burn it. We've already won. You are already dead.
Now, for those of you who don't know, this is especially bad for Durant. Because when you get burned, your attack gets cut.
Oh, but this is not a great matchup. However,
Turtonator.
if Celebi goes in... Yeah, Celebi's gonna have to go in with the, Oh, man.
I like the cheering.
I don't like this one. I'm gonna pour it on.
You can do it, they're cheering for you.
So, Sato is gonna go in with a stab on Psychic, and also has a, what'd you call it? An item on it that allows for its psychic moves to hit a little bit harder anyway. But this is probably gonna kill it. Oh wow, no! Our Celebi is strong.
Not today. Celebi, R-A-T-E.
That's you got it. You literally took the words right out of my mouth. We're not. We don't really have anything here, so I say we just go for raw damage.
It's never failed us before.
It won't matter though, because Celebi's got it. Boom! Best mythical of all time, baby!
I knew you were gonna win.
They had me for a second there, I'm not gonna lie. I got a little worried. Now, who's this chump? His suit has abs on it.
We know they're fake abs.
Maybe Cody Cheer 100 says victory. Now look at this mess of a Pokemon here.
I love Runerigus. And Steelix. Wow, this guy's good taste.
Steelix I like a lot. Johto represent. I am always a fan of Johto representation. They took like this super scary looking rock snake of a Pokemon and said, okay, but what if we made it scarier?
What if we gave it a cleft jaw?
Whoop. Volt Absorb. Okay, so we cannot use our... It stole our ability, so we cannot use our electric attacks on it, because then it'll heal.
Noted.
However, that's fine, because we've still got a super effective advantage on it through the dark type move.
That Moxie is just incredible.
Dude, it is kind of broken. You were not wrong.
And does it apply to Max Geyser since it's attack?
Yeah, it applies to everything across the board.
Wow.
Actually, I wonder. It doesn't specify whether it's physical or special attack, so I believe it just pumps both. But that is a good question. And, check it out, because it's raining, our Max Geyser is also even more powerful than it would normally be.
And then we got a double stack up Moxie. We're unstoppable.
Holy sh... I can't believe Chris actually made it through that one. Here's the deal.
Stone Janur. Can I get a French in the chat for Stone Janur?
I'm gonna get you out of here. I'm gonna get you to go for that. I love this move.
Wee in the chat.
Oh,
Thank you,
wow.
Pete.
That almost took it out.
Focus Sash, oh no. Good times, good times.
Swap you in for Sato again.
I am intimately familiar with the Focus Sash and its capabilities.
It comes in handy, especially in these a lot.
This guy decided to buff his speed on his last turn alive.
But because our dudes are so, like, focused on being sweepers most of the time, like, anything that keeps you alive with one hit point does toss a wrench into the works a little bit. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because we're about to screw your day up. Check out this super powerful Leaf Storm. I'm gonna follow it up with a Waterfall.
I would love it if they both did it at the same time.
That'd be awesome.
Didn't even need the waterfall.
No, the voice of the forest was enough.
Is Leaf Storm exclusive to Celebi?
No.
Got it.
No, that's all. Not all grass types. I think there might be some that can't technically learn it, but most grass types. Who's next? Alright. We have a new challenger, Dancer Haley.
I don't know, man. She's really funky.
She's funky fresh. I can't lie. Oh, I really like Hitmontop with her. Because it's like dancing along to her dance.
Yeah, that's a nice detail.
Especially with the music. Oh, I love that a lot. Alright, let's see. We got...
Unfortunately, we're about to dance on her grave.
We're gonna get you out of here and replace you with a psychic type. Let's try to take out the Eldegoss. She cannot dance her way out of this fight, Peach. No, absolutely not. She's gonna dance her way into an early grave. Volt switch! Get on out of there! People, like... I'm gonna say... Whenever I would bring Chris into... And Celebi too. But whenever I would bring Chris into, like, a competitive scene, they would always hate that. Because between that move, like between Volt Switch and the ability to dig, you would almost never be able to hit it. On top of being faster than everything. And Celebi has a really cool move where, like, it has a bunch of singing-based moves. One of them is it does Perish Song, which anybody who is on the field when that move gets activated, you basically start a 3-turn countdown. And by the end of the 3rd turn, it just knocks out and kills anybody who heard it. So that's really bad for that. Like, that's just mean, which is why I love it so much. And the other
reminds me of the gym leaders that would just spam sand attack.
Pretty much. Or what do you call her? Whitney with her Mill Tank new rollout track. It's super effective. Get on out of here. And yeah, Celebi also has this other move that, like, Peachstar hates sand because it's coarse, rough, and gets everywhere.
It makes me want to kill children. Specifically younglings.
Not
Specifically
just the men,
youngling Jake.
but the children and the women. Slaughtered them like animals.
Kind of like we did to those kids in the beginning of this game.
Oh yeah. And we'll be doing that more. Believe you me.
Kind of like me when I get up early just to get the kids on Smash.
I believe that is half of the reason that game exists.
And I believe you are correct.
I really like Leafeon's design. I have one that we have not, like, raised up yet at all, but I really, really like Leafeon.
Out of all the evolutions, Leafeon definitely belongs in Britain.
Leafeon is actually a couple generations old too, but this is by far the easiest it's ever been to get one. You technically could get one in Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby, but it was just such a pain in the ass. Because you had to, like, level it up specifically on this one part of the map that had just, like, a stone on it. It was, you know, roundabout and pointless.
Before you obliterate it, can I just ask, is that a rugby monkey?
Maybe? Probably.
That monkey's playing rugby. That's so funny.
We do have
and
one.
its name is Pass Imian. Like
okay.
you're passing the ball.
You're right. And I want to say that one came from Sun and Moon.
That's hilarious.
Ugh, look at this protection.
He's trying to prolong the inevitable.
I know. Like, look at this. Look at this situation you...
Music.
It's like, you have no hope. Just stop. Accept your loss. She wants to go home.
All brave warriors have to go home every once in a while.
Speaking of which, as it is now 10 o'clock on the dot, I gotta say this is probably it for us today. What do you think?
I think I'd agree. We got some good work in today.
We did. We got almost 2 hours fully into our, She wants to go home.
Oh, I wanna go home.
Yeah, we got 2 hours into our Pokemon journey, and we got a good sense of what I think is probably the best these games have been in a few generations now.
Yeah, the reception is really positive. You know, there are some people who are hating on a little bit more of the critical things, but to a casual like me, I think I like it.
And I mean, I don't know, like, I'm not on the far end of competitive, and I don't know if I would call myself like one way or the other, but I've played all of these games. Like, from 1995, they were released, you know, the year I was born here in the US. So it's like, they've been a part of my life this entire time, and I've played all of them, and I feel qualified to say that I like this one. Like, that's a dumb qualifier, but it's a lot of fun, and they're, despite being rushed in a lot of ways, there's a lot of love put into it.
I couldn't agree more.
Pretty much the diatribe.
Personality. This is the most personality I've seen a Pokemon game have since probably Coliseum or XD.
It's a good time, and I will say, if you, I told you this when I first got the game, but if you are like me and the first thing that you did when you started playing was to hook it up with a GameCube controller to your Switch, a lot of this game honestly feels like those Pokemon Coliseum games did. It's just a good time.
Because I really enjoyed those.
Yeah, no, I would recommend this game to anybody and everybody. If you like fun, you should play it. If you don't like fun, you should probably also play it because you'll have fun not liking it. It's a good game. As for now, thanks for watching, everybody. We will catch you next time.